Dan McClellan is a Bible scholar with a PhD from the University of Exeter, known for his TikTok and YouTube content where he challenges traditional Christian views of Scripture, theology, and interpretation. Dan often talks about the presuppositions Christians bring to Scripture, those being the presupposition of univocality, which comes from belief in the inspiration of Scripture, which in turn leads to the conviction of its infallibility and inerrancy. He tends to frame this as our biggest weakness, as if believing that the Bible speaks with one unified voice somehow clouds our judgment. Of course, he doesn't hold those presuppositions, and that, he claims, allows him to interpret Scripture with greater clarity and accuracy. But over time, after watching and listening to more and more of his work, something clicked that should have been obvious from the start. You see, Dan also has presuppositions that dictate his conclusions. Dan is an unapologetic deconstructionist. That's the lens Dan brings to Scripture. It's not that Dan's research is in the field of proving deconstruction. He doesn't even attempt to do that. It's that deconstruction shapes what his research can even prove. That's his presupposition. And that's not a neutral one. It's a deeply flawed starting point. Deconstruction begins with the belief that meaning is never fixed, that truth is always relative to culture and language. But when you start there, clarity becomes impossible. You can't build coherence on a foundation that denies it. So, when Dan approaches Scripture, he isn't uncovering contradictions. His framework creates them. A worldview that assumes meaning is fragmented will naturally find fragmentation in the text. Far from making sense of the Bible, deconstruction guarantees it will never fully make sense of anything.